modulation. What do you understand by narrowband FM? When the modulation index is less than 1, the angle modulated system are called low index. The bandwidth requirement of low index system is approximately twice of the modulating. Define frequency modulation. Frequency modulation is defined as the process by which the frequency of the carrier wave is varied in accordance with the instantaneous amplitude of the modulating or message signal. Compare WBFM and NBFM. WBFM modulation index is greater than 1. NBFM modulation index is less than 1. WBFM frequency deviation 75 kHz. NBFM frequency deviation 5 kHz. WBFM bandwidth 15 times NBFM. NBFM bandwidth 2FM. What do you mean by multitone modulation? Modulation done for the message signal with more than one frequency component is called multitone modulation. Define phase modulation. Phase modulation is defined as the process of changing the phase of the carrier signal in accordance with the instantaneous amplitude of the message signal. What are the types of frequency modulation? Based on the modulation index, FM can be divided into two types. They are narrowband FM and wideband FM. If the modulation index is greater than 1, then it is wideband FM, and if the modulation index is less than 1, then it is narrowband FM. What is the difference between a AM signal and a narrowband FM signal? In the case of sinusoidal modulation, the basic difference between an AM signal and narrowband FM signal is that the algebraic sign of the lower side frequency in the narrowband FM is reversed. What are the two methods of producing an FM wave? Basically, there are two methods of producing an FM wave. They are direct method. In this method, the transmitter originates a wave whose frequency varies as a function of the modulating source. It is used for the generation of NBFM. Indirect method. In this method, the transmitter originates a wave whose phase is a function of modulation. Normally, it is used for the generation of WBFM, where WBFM is generated from NBFM. Differentiate phase and frequency modulation. Phase modulation. Phase of the carrier varies as per amplitude variation of modulating signal. Frequency modulation. Frequency of the carrier varies as per amplitude variation of modulating signal. Phase modulation. Instantaneous phase deviation theta of t is equal to K-EM of t. Frequency modulation. Instantaneous frequency deviation. Define phase deviation. The maximum phase deviation of the total angle from the carrier angle is called phase deviation. Frequency deviation. The maximum departure of the instantaneous frequency from the carrier frequency is called frequency deviation.
Please subscribe our channel for more videos and educational contents.